All right, so now we are in Netherlands, where Dr. Max Euwe
Well,
is
he
from.
played against Botvinnik. Euwe later was the big surprise. I mean, he became world champion a little bit later, you know.
Yeah, okay.
And he was considered, you know, the big surprise because nobody expected Euwe to become world champion, you know. But okay, he was world champion for 2 or 3 years in that time.
Why? Because there was a strong competition,
the
right?
others, you know, the others were considered much stronger, but he was a very strong player, you know, himself. Finally, later on, he became also the president of FIDE, the Chess Federation, and he was a very good president. And okay, here we have a very nice example against Botvinnik himself at this very important tournament in AVRO, where we remember Botvinnik could produce 2 masterpieces by beating Capablanca and Alekhine.
Yes.
And here he played also, it's almost the same like this game that we saw before. Botvinnik tried to equalize quickly in the opening, and he tried very quickly to take the initiative. And again, it was almost the same like in the other game. I mean, he was punished himself.
With the Alekhine and Capablanca.
Yeah, he tried a little bit too much with black. So we'll show how. So here, instead of bishop f4, is a very small advantage for white if he takes immediately in d5. A small advantage, okay. Theory, but it's a little bit better for white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after bishop f4, the game will be more tactical, you know. So, okay, castle. He took himself.
Yes.
That makes the difference. Black can take himself in c4. And now castle. Bishop e6, pardon. Bishop e6, queen d3. And knight d5. Well, here more or less the position is already even, you know. If you take in d5, you have very little, if nothing. I mean, probably nothing for white, you see. So he played bishop d2. This is very modest. I mean, it's nothing for white. If you retreat the bishop like this, very little, okay. So knight b4, you see, until now, it's all right for black. Black tried to take a little bit the initiative. It's okay. Until now, it's okay. So queen b1, c5, again, not bad. Very, very good moves. Typical for Grunfeld. Black is trying very quickly to play on the queen side, you see. All right. So he took, normal, knight a6, and he played, e4, okay. Knight. Now he took in c5, and now check, very good. He has to give check, because if he plays something else, it's clearly better for black. It's too active, you know. So for instance, after bishop e2, white has a very bad position after knight d3 check. So bishop b5 check is good. Yeah. So bishop b5 check is very good. Bishop d7. Now castle. Well, the position is more or less even, I tell you. And now, after castle, bishop e3, he took in b5, he took in b5. And now he has to take a decision with black, you see. The position, it seems very nice for black, but in reality is very complicated, you know. And here, if black played simply queen a5, the position is probably even already, you know. Queen a5 was a very good move. Queen d3, that is too risky. We'll see why it's too risky. He tries too much. It seems if you look at the position like this, it's very nice for black. I mean, much activity and so. Yeah. And he tries a little bit too much with black, you see. And probably he thought that he's already better and has time to do this, you know. But it's very difficult because white moves, and he has this excellent move, knight c7, very simple also. He attacks the rook. Yeah. If he moves the rook, he loses a piece, or he loses material. If rook c8, bishop takes c5. And what to do here? If he takes in c7, he lost a piece. After bishop takes b4, rook takes there, bishop takes, piece down for black, you know?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Well, probably he overlooked this, that he loses at least the exchange. But okay, if you lose the exchange immediately after queen d3, it means the move is bad, no?
Yeah.
Of course, no?
Yes.
I think he overlooked by Botvinnik's force. It's impossible that he didn't see one move like this, no? Queen a5 was the right move. Queen a5 even. Queen d3 bad, you know?
Yeah.
too much and bad for black.
Too much,
As
too quick.
always, when you want too much immediately after the opening with black is already very dangerous, you know, always. And even by Botvinnik, that happened, you know. So now he has to give the exchange. Okay, he can fight, you know, but the white is clearly better here, you know. And after rook d1, we have the real example of what can happen when you try too much, you know. So the simplest way to do it for white is to arrive with a rook on the seventh, you know, the seventh rank. Always, if you have two rooks on the seventh rank, is already decisive, you know. But with one rook to arrive in d7 is still very dangerous, you know. So, okay, now he has to take in b1, of course, no? So he takes and e6. If he took in a2, rook d7, big advantage for white, you know. After knight takes a2, rook d7, attacks b7 and d7. Yeah, clearly better for white. Okay, e6. So, b6 now, he doesn't give the pawn, normal, no? And now rook c1, he wants to come immediately, you know. He gives the pawn from b2, but if he has time to arrive in c7, you can resign with black. There's nothing to do against the two rooks on the seventh, you know. Fantastic position for white, you know. You can have rook f8 afterwards, but after bishop h6, again, unpleasant, you know. Why? Because you lose a piece afterwards, you know.
Sorry, say again.
If you take in b2, for instance, here. You take in b2, not only this, but after after rook c7, rook f8, no? No, the bishop is, the bishop takes b2, I said, instead of...
Okay.
Yeah, here he could take, no?
Yes.
First of all, the first moment here is rook c4, also very unpleasant, you know.
This one?
Yeah, rook c4, because here you lose a piece.
Yes.
Yeah. But even if you don't see this, after rook c7 is very bad. It's probably lost all for black, because after rook h8, you know.
f8.
Yeah, f8. He attacks the rook with bishop h6. You have to move only bishop there, no?
Yes.
He takes once, you know, and now he has time to attack two knights with rook d4 or rook c4. And not only this, but he has also time to play knight e5. Resignable for black, you know. Terrible position. Initiative, but decisive, you know, against the king, of course. And it's finished. So the rest of the game is not very complicated, but it's very instructive because it's Botvinnik who is playing for black, you know. So the way he realizes the advantage is instructive, you see.
So he defends a knight here, I guess.
He defends, he tries to defend very well, but it's too late. Now again, you see why it's so dangerous to have a rook on the seventh, because now you don't have any defense against the pawn from f7. If you lose the pawn from f7, you can resign the game, you see. So knight f7, now it's finished, you know, in all positions, you know. It's only the way to realize how long does it take and so on, you know. But the position is completely lost for black. So bishop e7, okay, he tries to resist. Knight back and bishop f6, okay. So knight d3. He retreats, but he comes again, you know, later on. Knight d3, knight takes. Well, it seems that black has some counterplay, but it's not real, you'll see. So now bishop g5. And now, finally, rook c7. The seventh. Now, black can't play. It's very simple, of course. Now, he can't play rook f7, rook f8, because he's mate in 2. In 3, pardon. Rook g7 check, takes in h7, and the other rook mate in g7. Elementary, no? So he takes in e3 check. Okay, king f1. And knight back. I mean, the only way to try to resist a little bit. So now he takes. Of course, he has to move the rook, you know? Because if he takes in d7, it's finished, you know. The end game is very bad, you know. So rook c8, okay. And now he realizes the advantage. Check first, only in h8, because in f8 he loses the knight. Yeah. So, and now he moves the rook, no? What did he play here?
Yes.
Rook c7. Rook d8. What can he do? The only chance. No, knight e5. Okay. And he played rook e8. And now, rook e7, rook c8.
He resigned.
Well, he resigned. No, he played also rook c8 and he resigned. And he resigned. Why? Because he's very instructive. It's very simple again. The last moves here, the best way to play for white is rook takes h7 check. He has to take now. Knight takes g6 check. g6.
Knight takes g6, okay.
Yeah. King g8 now. And knight e7 check, and he loses the rook. And he lost all the pawns, you know. So
Yeah.
very simple. Very simple because of this high technique, you know. Everyone had very nice technique, you know, the best players of the world, you know. Again, demonstration. Again, a small mistake from Botvinnik. He wanted too much, you know, from an even game. The game was okay for black, very nice, no problem after the opening, but queen d3 was too much.
So you should have more.
Yeah, he had to be patient. I mean, to play normally, queen a5. Queen a5 was also very normal game afterwards, you know, normal move. But queen d3 was too much. Yeah. Maybe it was a blackout, you know, because it's very difficult to explain by Botvinnik, you know, to do such a thing. But okay, it happens, you know.
He was young and wanted.
Yeah, he was also human, you know.
Yes, true. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome.